What's up guys, Akil here, and today I'm going to be showing you what I think is going to be the best spec talents for Shadow Priest PvP. So let's get right to it. For the first tier, I recommend Void Tendrils for melee and Psyphene for casters. Let me explain why. With Void Tendrils, you can basically root them for up to 20 seconds, and they have to kill a tendril, get out of it. Doesn't just break itself. So then we got Psyphene for casters. You got a caster on your ass. Let's say it's a mage. I attack him. Keeps, I don't know, pissing me off. Then use Psyphene. And what is cool with this skill, with this talent, is that you can place it anywhere you want. So if you want to fear the caster, let's say he's pretty far away. He's casting on you. Well, you just cast it right next to him, and he's got a fear. It's that easy. And if he trinks it and he comes back, he's gonna fear him again. It lasts for 10 seconds. Dominate Mine, I don't recommend it. It's mostly a PvE skill. For the next tier, level 30, Body and Soul, don't use that. It gives your power word shield a speed increase for 4 seconds. Angelic Feather can be useful if you place them on the ground, like let's say one here. You make a triangle, and then when you get snared or something, you just run through it and gain 60% increased speed. But I'd rather use this talent right here. It's when you fade, remove all impairing effects from yourself. 30-second cooldown. On top of that, you become untargetable from range attacks, and your movement speed is unhindered for 3 seconds. So basically, you can use that, and the mage can spell steal you. He can dispel you. He can't use Frost Nova on you. The warrior can't charge you. Rogue can shadow step you. Death Knight can death grip you. So it's very useful. Level 45 talents. From darkness comes light. When you use Vampiric Touch, 15% chance to cause your next Mind Spike not to consume damage over time effects. I think it's mostly for PvE, just to boost a little bit of your DPS. I don't use Mind Spike in PvP because I don't like the hard cast. I'd rather just, spread dots, use my Mind Blast, CC people and shit. So I don't recommend it. I'd rather use Mindbender, which is an improved version of your Shadow Fiend, and it deals a lot of damage. Here's a Mindbender, little octopus. After that, you got Archangel. Basically, what it does, everybody knows, you get a buff of Angelism. It stacks up 5 times, I think, and then you can use it if it stacks only 1 time. But it increases your damage by 25% for 24 seconds on a 2-minute cooldown. If you really want a damage boost, use Mindbender instead, because most people are gonna CC you, or they're gonna, not spell steal. They're gonna silence you, interrupt you. When you have Archangel, they know that you can deal a lot of damage. So that's why I use Mindbender. They get on him, or they don't, but I can still cast my spells. Next tier, level 60, Desperate Prayer. These, both of them, Angelic Bulwark and Desperate Prayer, is just like a healer. Desperate Prayer heals you for 30% of your total health, 2-minute cooldown. Angelic Bulwark, when you go below 30%, you get an Absorb Shield up 20% of your total health for 20 seconds. This is on a 1.5-minute cooldown. What I like to use, and I think most of you guys are gonna agree, is Spectral Guise. Very useful. What it does is like you leave your body behind and you go through the shadow. So basically, you vanish for 6 seconds. And what I like to do after is I cast my Vampiric Touch. Now the mage or whatever, I fade, so he can't charge me. He can't he can't target me. He can cast spells on me. Next tier, level 75, Twist of Fate. After damaging or healing, so when you do damage on a player or on a that's 20% below 20% health, you deal 15% increased damage. So you have your target has to be below 20% for you to gain advantage of this talent. So that's what I don't like about this one. Power Infusion. Infuse a target with power increasing spell casting speed by 20%. This is like a disc or a holy talent, because most we Shadow Priests don't hardcast. We got Mind Flay, Shadow Word Pain, Devouring Plague, Silence, Fade, name it, Psychic Scream, Prayer of Mending, Renew, Mindbender. Like 90% of our skills are instant, so that's just gonna be a loss of talent. It's useless. What I like to do is take Divine Insight instead. Periodic damage of your Shadow Word Pain has a 15% chance to reset the cooldown of your Mind Blast and cause your next Mind Blast within 12 seconds to be instant cast. And no mana, so it gives you like a free Mind Blast from time to time. And what I like about this Mind Blast is a talent which your main Shadow Orb generator. So you get more orbs faster, so you can use the Devouring Plague more often. You can Psychic Horror people more often. So that's what I like about this one. It gives you a little DPS increase. So for the glyphs, I like to use Reflective Shield. When you power word shield, 45% of the damage it absorbs is reflected back to the attacker. So pretty useful in PvP if you're kiting a warrior or something. This is a must. Glyph of Inner Fire increases the armor gain from Inner Fire by 50%. Glyph of Dark Binding, which it does is lets you cast Praise of Mending and Renew on yourself without leaving your Shadow Word form. It doesn't work for Flash Shield though. So for the other glyphs, we got Dispersion, but now it's only reduces the cooldown by 15 seconds, so it's useful. Useless. Yeah, pretty much useless. You could use Fade, reduces the damage taken by 10%, but Leap of Fate. You can use Massive Spell also. Mind Blast, if you're lucky, you're gonna stun the target for 4 seconds, but it has to be Critical Strike. If it wasn't, then sure, I'd take it, an extra CC, but only when it critically hits. Powered Shield useless. Psychic Horror reduces the cooldown of your Psychic Horror by 10 seconds. I guess you can use that too. Renew, good for duels. Heals you more faster, but lasts longer. Smite useless. Devouring Plague can also help you convert an additional 10% of the damage it deals into healing. So you might think going to Devouring Plague. Mind Flay useless. And for the minor glyphs, this one doesn't work for me because I got the Mindbender, so it's only when you use Shadow Fiend, it's gonna split into 3 small Shadow Fiends. But this glyph is really cool, the Shadow Raven. You cast Mind Blast. You got little ravens around you when you gain a Shadow Orb. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. This is, by the way, my first video. So you can give me some ideas what you'd like to see in the future. I'm currently on the beta, so I won't be playing on live, but if you got any suggestions for questing anything, let me know. Please subscribe and rate it thumbs up. Thanks.